Christopher.
Yes.
Let me ask you about your childhood. What would be some of the focal points of heroism in your childhood and as you grew up? Or is there one particular hero that stands out?
I got really involved at a very early age in Greek mythology. I remember in first grade, Miss Jellyjack, what was her name?
Wonderful. You didn't make that up right now.
No, Miss Jellyjack. That was her name. And she gave me this she let me borrow this incredible illustrated Greek books, and I just went nuts over that. You know, I've always been identified with the hero, like Sinbad, and all of this, like fighting monsters. Another character, since I was brought up I was in Catholic school. The Jesus Christ was like a superhero. Got all into that. Tutankhamun was a superhero. I remember as a little boy wanting to go to the Tutankhamun exhibit. I begged my father, and I remember they had his head. I think his actual head. Yeah. As far as artistically, my father was a kind of he painted a little bit, you know, but he was into painting. He used to paint, and he introduced his favorite artist was Rembrandt. So Rembrandt became a hero of mine.
Sandbox.
Truth.
Hexagon.
Meaning.
I think it's remarkable that this evolving drawing does have some rocks that one might characterize as jumbo. I think it's remarkable.
Well, I'm kind of really excited. I don't know where we're going, but I'm really excited about it, and I've just been kind of dreaming about it, and I'm just kind of putting down things that, you know, give me the feeling.
Thank you, Christopher. Here on the inaugural edition of Driving and Drawing of the Hive O'Clock News. Superbee with King Bee at the helm. What would be your favorite pattern? If you think about textiles, or think about what you draw, or things that you see on clothing, what's your favorite kind of
spiral? Can I pick
spiral? You've done it. You've chosen spiral. Yeah. And is it possible for you to have a favorite color?
I like black and gold.
Black and gold, King Bee brethren.
Yeah, I do like that combination.
Comic book character, did you have a favorite one?
Favorite comic book character? I like Doctor Strange. And I like the Hulk.
What's the first thing that you ever painted?
I think it was like a wizard on a rock, floating rock, in a kind of a vortex, kind of like traveling down into a kind of spinning hole.
Is this Jackal piloting this floating rock? Because there seems to be a focus and intensity here.
Well, it's the first thing I drew, and then I guess everything kind of drew around it.
It looks like he's really like looking toward the next destination.
Next page.
He's really moving this by the force of his will.
That could be so.
And Superbee looks a little bit disquieted by it.
He's chasing him, I think.
Yeah. Christopher, I have heard that you were involved with Dungeons and Dragons.
My favorite character in Dungeons and Dragons, well, I usually played sorcerers. Sorcerers are more like what in our earlier conversation, in my opinion, are like channelers. Like people that really summon things, right? And paint what they have summoned, right?
Drawing them from hidden areas, drawing them from behind the scenes.
Or maybe in your mind you're trying to invoke something or some entity and you draw it out and there it is, you know what I mean? Those are more like sorcerer artists.
Integrated circuitry.
Veins on a leaf.
Steampunk.
Hairspray.
Christopher, what kind of games enchant you the most? What interest you the most?
The ones I make, I like making games soothing. A successful game is a game that is played more than once. So, a lot of my game making stuff is either never, I never finish it, or it never gets played, or whatever, but I like making games.
Christopher, what is your favorite body part to paint?
The eye.
The eye.
Yeah.
What?